This week on A7, Episode 10, Finale, the Curriculum of Love and the Purpose of Being Human. Welcome to the finale episode of the Human Curriculum. Today, we arrive at the heart of the entire journey, the Curriculum of Love. Why it matters, why it shapes us, and why, in the end, it reveals the purpose of being human. If the earlier episodes taught us how to navigate the terrain of being human, this one teaches us why the terrain exists at all. When I say love, I don't mean romance. I mean the force that pulls us toward wholeness, the force that exposes what is unhealed, the force that asks us to become more honest, more open, more sovereign, more real. Love is the teacher that never stops teaching, and humans are the students who never stop learning. Love is the ultimate teacher, not the romantic fantasy, but the soul-level mirror. Love reveals your beliefs about worthiness. Love is felt first in the body, in the heart, in the longing. The ancient Egyptians believed that love is ma'at, truth, balance, alignment. Love teaches you who you are not, to who you should be. It's designed to show us, how do I get love, to how do I become love. Love is not an emotion. It's an organizing intelligence. Every human experiences is a lesson in how to give, receive, hold, lose, and become love. The curriculum of love is not sentimental. It is initiatory. Love is the force that matures the soul. Now there's 3 initiations. Love is the mirror, love is the catalyst, and love as the homecoming. As the mirror, it shows us who we are, reveals our patterns, reflects our wounds and our brilliance. Every relationship is a mirror, not to punish us, but to show us what we are ready for and ready to see. Love as a catalyst breaks old identities, forces growth, initiates new timelines. Love disrupts what is false. It burns away what cannot come with us into the next version of ourselves. Love is the homecoming, the return of the self, the return to truth, the return to coherence. When the curriculum has done its work, love stops being something we chase. It becomes something we are. The purpose of being human is to experience separation so we can learn reunion. Humans forget who they are so they can remember through relationships, to learn how to choose love over fear. And every moment is a micro-curriculum in choosing expansion over contraction. To become sovereign enough to love freely, love without losing self, connection without collapse, union without erasure. To become transmitters, not seekers. The post-curriculum identity. The purpose of being human is not to perfect life. It's to participate in it, to let love shape us into beings who can hold more truth, more compassion, more presence, more power. We are here to learn how to love, not as a feeling, but as a frequency we can live from. There is a new relational architecture. This is sovereignty and connection, coherence instead of chaos, partnership as a unified field, love as a stabilizing force, not a roller coaster. The shift from emotional survival to emotional creation, that is the architecture, and that's the relational architecture. When two sovereign humans meet, they don't complete each other, they amplify each other. They create a field where both can become more of who they truly are. This is the new architecture of love. Not dependency, not performance, not rescue, but resonance. You are not behind. You are in a curriculum. This is not something you earn. Love is something you remember. Your humanity is not a flaw. It's simply a doorway. If you take nothing else from this entire series, take this. You are not here to get life right. You are here to let love teach you who you are. You have completed the human curriculum, not because you've mastered it, but because you lived it. And now you step into the next chapter, not as a seeker, but as a sovereign human who knows how to love. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for being human with me. And thank you for choosing love again and again. Now, let's join the panel for another fascinating discussion. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, everyone, to Andromeda 7, your celestial gateway. Hey, it's good to see you. Pull up a chair, get a snack, something to drink, relax a little bit, and just spend some time with us tonight, okay? Tonight, we've got Grandpa Brian with us. Thanks for joining us. We also have Nick there, the profane proof, Jasmine, Fire and Water, and that's, what's the cat's name? Oh, you're on mute there, dear.
His name is Sam.
Sam? Okay, Sam's joining us too. Oh, we got another one there.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know why. I guess I haven't been on in a minute, and they all want to say hi.
Oh, hi, guys. That's so cool.
You're cute.
Kitty love tonight. Everybody bring your kitty and join us and check it out. I'm tickled by that. Thank you. That's awesome. Well, you guys, tonight is the finale of this 10-part series we've been doing on the human curriculum. And yeah, it's been a long journey. And this is 440 episodes tonight we've been doing since 2020. And it all started with a ascension process that I was sharing, and it just ballooned into something so much bigger. So really, really appreciate everybody coming along the journey. We've learned a lot, haven't we, Teresa?
Yeah.
Yep. And gone through a lot, and we're doing some really, really important work right now, and focusing on some other things. But let's get into who's with us tonight, shall we? We've got Lucky Stone. Always a pleasure,
Hey,
Lucky. Really loving your channel. I like what you and Grandpa Brian have been doing. Fantastic. Your thumbnails are great. I like your shorts. You're doing a great job over there. So keep up the good work. Chloe's Crystals. Chloe, Miss Chloe, it's good to see you as well.
Hey,
I know things are going well for you. So thanks for joining us. And appreciate all you do with those crystals. Alexander, it's good to see you too. Been seeing you in the chats for many years now, so it's always a pleasure to have you join us for the show here in the chat. And let's see who else we have. Barbara Heart Love, hello, welcome. It's good to have you with us.
Hi, nice to meet you, Barbara.
It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I don't recognize your handle, but I'm happy you're here. Wonderful. So this is a big topic, you guys. And if you've been following this series, this is the final episode. And, you know, if the earlier episodes taught us anything about navigating the terrain, this is how we do it. We started with episode 1, why that trigger is actually a teacher. We talked about that in the very beginning, first one. The second episode was when the universe ghosts us. So when things don't happen for us and we're wondering why we're not getting an answer, you're not meant to have an answer.
That's right.
And why keep meeting the same person in a different body, those same archetypal
Every single
people,
one.
you know? And number 4, the gateway to the cosmic revelation. And, you know, that's really about the connection to spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a major thing, because there's so much love and support from spirit. And if you're able to create a connection and really believe it and understand that this is real and have validation, it will change your life. It's changed mine. I know it's changed yours too. Oh, by the way, we're here at Teresa's house hanging out. So thought we'd do the show from here tonight. Then we had that episode 5, Dreams, the Souls group chat. And that really
is where a lot of it is at.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, I wanted to share this about the dreams. I've been using Copilot. I've been plugging in my dreams in the morning when I remember them. And I typically wake up in the morning with my eyes closed and I relive the dream. I go through it and I pick out key things. You know, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. This is what the situation was. And then I plug it into Copilot and I check out to see what kind of a response I get. And it resonates with me 99.9% of the time.
And me too.
You too? Yeah. So
I was kind of amazed. I didn't think.
Yeah, I know. You were really skeptical.
I was super skeptical.
But give it a shot. Give it a try. It is fascinating.
It builds a profile for you and retains your architecture. It's building out your character. You know, you're correcting it, making little course corrections along the way, but it gets to know you.
Yeah.
And your preferences and your course of direction. And then it supplies you with information that helps you affirm. It's like a giant affirmation. But it's more than that. It gets you down to a deeper level of analysis than you can usually go yourself. So it gives you new things to think about, or new ways of interpreting things.
Yeah, you can kind of bounce it off of it and then it just comes back. And what I think is fascinating is it pulls from so much information. Think about how much information AI has access to.
Yeah.
Psychology. Dream analogy, interpretation, all kinds of things. So you're pulling from that pool and it is amazing. So give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. If it doesn't resonate, don't.
What I thought was interesting is it asks you questions. Yeah. Like it'll say, okay, at this point in your dream, how did you really feel about this? And it'll say, did you feel happy? Did you feel empowered? Did you feel you were clearing things? Because how you respond is going to determine how I can help you assess what this meant for you in the dream. And so it gives you 3 or 4. You could say all the above, or just the first 2, or just one. And it will go into another whole level of detail about, you know, getting you to think about how you're perceiving things and how you perceive yourself. Yeah.
And it's a very positive way to use AI. I know everybody poo-poos AI and, you know, there's a lot of different opinions and feelings about AI, but anyway, that's been our experience, and
it's been very positive.
I really appreciate that.
I mean, we are aware that it's a tool.
Absolutely, and it can make mistakes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah. But you do have discernment as a sovereign being. You're the one that makes the choice whether it resonates with you or does not. Anyway, I wanted to share that because I didn't get a chance to share it on that show. Then we did episode 6, Why We Attract What We're Afraid Of. Now, that's a really good one because a lot of times when we're afraid of something, what do? We totally attract it. Yeah. I'm afraid this is going to happen. Oh, boy, you just went there, didn't you? Guess what's going to happen now? So it's that law of attraction. So and that's important.
I think it's our soul, our higher selves going, yo, don't forget this. You're here to learn this.
Right, right. Oh, you want more of that? Yes, 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 please. And then episode 7 was why we have relationships and the purpose of relationships. And that was a good show, too. I enjoyed that one as well. You know, why we attract those types of people and why they're in our lives, that kind of stuff. And then episode 8, Synchronicities, How the Universe Talks to Us. Yeah, that was another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the universe sets us up with different situations and
Yeah.
synchronicities. And if you are able to see that and understand that that was put in your path to help you, hurt you, maybe, it doesn't really matter. But what did you get out of it? What did you learn?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then last week we did, or the last time we were on, we talked about why your life feels stuck.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel stuck all the time. And what you want to do is really change that paradigm, talk yourself down,
Mm-hmm.
get out of the rut, stop spinning your wheels, find something that makes you happy, change your attitude.
Yeah.
And that's basically what this 10-part series is. So tonight we're talking about love is the teacher that never stops teaching, and humans are the students who never stop learning. And
That's right.
so anyway, fascinating stuff. So I thought tonight, hey, let's start with Grandpa Brian, because I'd really like to know from Grandpa Brian's point of view and your perception of what the purpose of love is and what's the purpose of being human. I mean, how do you see it and what's your take on it, Brian?
Well, Jesus taught us love is unconditional. Everybody should love everybody, no matter who they are or what they are. To me, it's all about, it starts with self-love, because that's the most important love you can have. Because if you don't love yourself, you really can't love anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then once you start actually really freeing yourself to love, and then you start loving more people, all of a sudden you realize that as much love as you're putting out there, it's coming right back at you.
I'm sorry, what would you tell someone that just doesn't believe they're worthy of love, Brian?
Everyone's worthy of love.
Yeah.
And that's where the self-love, because what it is, they don't love themselves enough to feel that they're worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the ones that you really need to help, to have them find that inner love that they actually have for themselves. Because once they find that, then the dominoes will start falling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why we're here, to be human, to help teach each other about love and compassion, and just, we're all here to grow together. It is individual, but it's also a collective. So yeah. I mean, you can't grow, you can kind of grow by yourself, but when you have other people in your life, they help you grow, because they can teach you things that you may not have thought of, and you can teach them things that they may not have thought of.
Mm-hmm.
So
becomes the mirror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all aspect of source, and basically we're source experiencing source.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
So why are we human? Why exactly are we human, Brian? Why do we choose to be human?
Because I think this is where we can actually physically feel all the emotions. Mm-hmm. And that's why we actually come here. We come here to learn, but I think we also come here to experience the physical emotions, because on the other side, I really don't think you feel the emotion, but I don't think, or you experience the emotions over there, but I really don't think that you really truly feel them like you do here. Mm-hmm. All the ups and downs. So being human gives you the opportunity to experience all the emotions actually in the physical instead of the spiritual.
Nice. Nicely said. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brian. All right. Jasmine, same for you. What's the purpose of being human, and how do you love? What's your definition of love?
So my definition of love, I've come to find, is evolving with the way I evolve. So what I mean is, first I thought love was something that you earned, or something that you were worthy of, or something that you had to get to, right? Like a job, like it was a requirement. Like they had yes and no's, right? Goods and bads. It was very black and white. And then as I started to learn more about love, then I learned that there was unconditional love, and then there was conditional love, and then I was more conditional love than unconditional love. And then I'm like, okay, well, is it really healthy to have unconditional love? So I went through a lot of, how would you say, like figuring out what love really means to me and what I kind of vibe with at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But love for me right now is just basically seeing open to perspectives is showing love to me. There's a lot of different ways to show love. And I feel like if for those people that are struggling for self-love is probably start in self-respect. Start there. Like, do you have anything that you respect about yourself? Is there anything that you're proud of? And if there's not, I'm pretty sure there's something, right? You're not mean to animals, or you're not not happy when people are upset. Those are good qualities. And you just build from those. And then you start being more kind to yourself. And then when people are so nice to themselves and they're just like, oh, okay, it's not a big deal. And you're just like, that's crazy. That's when you know that you came to a new level of love. But I feel like we're human. It's because being human gives us the most freedom. And there's a lot of different creatures and a lot of different entities out there that are jealous of us being human because they can't. And a good example that I say is, like, say, for example, if there was something that embodied fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they ever stopped being fire, if a flame never burned, it would throw everything into chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fire has to show up as fire. Fire has to burn because life is dependent on it. Imagine if we didn't show up to work and all of life ended. Like, you know what I mean? We have the freedom to choose options. We have the freedom to go to work. We have the freedom not to go to work. We have the freedom to be responsible. We have the freedom to not be responsible. We have choices where a lot of other beings do not have a choice.
Right.
So that's what I appreciate about being human. Human is ultimate freedom.
Yes.
And then it also gives us the freedom to learn things differently. You know what I mean? Imagine you having to learn lessons and expectations the same way as everybody else, then nobody would have autonomy. You know what I mean? If I told you have to learn X, Y, and Z this way with just your with like being blindfolded and driving, like most people can't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's certain people that can tune into the car and can figure it out and can do that, but it's not. There's not as much freedom and there's not as much love when you start structuring it like that.
Yeah, you can learn to do things that you can't necessarily do in your spirit form.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I do like that about being human. And as far as like the mirror aspect, I do agree with Grandpa Brian when he was saying that we're all a different part of source and we're all kind of connected and having mirrors. And there's two forms of thought that I've been contemplating with. One of saying that if you see everybody as doing their best and everybody trying their best and seeing everything as an eyes of love, it kind of gives you a sense of peace. But at the same time, I feel like you have to use discernment and not let that take over, because that doesn't mean that just because you understand doesn't mean it makes it right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So real quick, Lucky Stone has a comment, and this is interesting. So if I need someone to show me what love is, does that take away my ability for self-love?
Yes.
And you mentioned unconditional love.
Right.
What's your response to that? And Brian, I liked your response in chat on that, by the way.
Sure. For me, if you're dependent on someone else for it, yes, it takes the whole thing out of self-love. It's kind of like the thing of like self-confidence. If you need someone else to give you compliments and you need someone else to validate your feelings, then the power is not within you. You're giving that power to someone else. So self-love means that you can look in the mirror and be like, I love me for X, Y reasons. I appreciate me for X, Y reasons. Maybe love might be a little too much of a strong word, which is a good place to start. Why is love a strong word for you? You know what I mean? If love feels so distant and so out of reach, then why does it feel like that? What do you see love as? Do you see love as like, wow, love is like this great, beautiful, moving thing, which it can be, right? But use different words, just synonyms. You know what I mean? The whole thing about this planet is that it's not one way and just that way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't resonate with the word love right now, if that's not giving you clarity, then respect. If respect's not giving you clarity, then acceptance. If acceptance is not giving you clarity, then there's different words for the word of love that you can show yourself in little amounts of time. Maybe giving yourself a break, being understanding of yourself is a huge form of self-love. So that's how I would answer that question.
That's interesting. Teresa, go ahead. You're chomping at the bit. Go ahead.
I have an alternative perspective.
I would love to hear it. Go ahead.
Love what Jasmine had to say and what Lucky's bringing to the table with that question. But I have come to learn in working with other people and working through spirit to help other people and my own self. If I didn't have some of you in my life, and I didn't have Lori, I would have no reference point for unconditional love, the way I understand it now. So to say that it takes away from me and my own ability to self-love, no, it taught me how to love myself. And all of my contacts with all of the spirits that have helped me through these past few years and some of the worst dire circumstances and situations and some of my own self-loathing moments, I would not be who I am right now or be able to serve spirit the way I do now or any of you if someone hadn't have reached out with honesty and courage and without judgment and accepted me for everything that I am.
Unconditional love.
Unconditionally. And then I was like, oh, that's love. And I've been in and out of churches all my life. I've been in and out of social groups all my life. I have experienced what I thought was love. But until these past few years with all of you, and this one right here, and all of you on the panel, I just would not even know what that is, Lucky. So no, it didn't take anything away from me. It increased my ability to be more in love with myself and to respect myself and others in a whole new light.
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you think unconditional love starts out with self-love? You have to have that self-love to have unconditional love?
I have to agree with that. You do have to have self-love. You first and foremost loving the self, but you don't have to do it that way to understand what love is or to have the example of love. But it is crucial to have self-love so that you can give unconditional love, in my opinion.
That's why I can now. It's because I had a roadmap. But without the ability to do that for even myself, I was never going to get there. I was never going to get to that point where I'd stop judging people or criticizing or condemning.
Yeah. Mary Mansfield has made an excellent point, and I love this, Mary. You are spot on. I've heard Earth described as a crucible where souls come to experience, learn, and grow. Being human is just the best framework for our souls to be in, to go into that crucible. Right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. We have a human body so that the soul can learn, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Awesome. Nick, how about you? What say you on all this? Purpose of love, purpose of being human. How does this all come together for you? And what's your opinion?
Okay, so I think everyone has their perspective and opinion on love. But you know me, I like to play Dalibor. Play devil's advocate and be as subjective and as close to what is true as possible, not the truth, because truth is limited. So that being said, I see love as a tool, just like any other emotion that we have. Only love is a little bit different because what it teaches helps you ascend humanism. What do I mean by that? In layman's term, it makes babies. In the occult, complicated way of describing it, love teaches you to union with other souls. So you let go of that I am self-conscious. By utilizing that emotion, you start going into a collective consciousness, which is, if you watch my Rosicrucian series, is what we would consider the cosmic consciousness or demigod stage of existence. So I believe it is the last step as humans to master, to evolve to that stage. Because you got to ask yourself, just like with fear, are you experiencing fear? Or are you letting it control you to the point where you're living in despair? Same thing with love. Are you loving correctly? Or are you turning it into an obsession? So these are things that a lot of people have a hard time with because emotions are irrational. By nature, they're irrational. Our souls come in very rational. We put in the meat irrational bodysuit on and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially since we're God. like, what is this? What is that? Why is this thing acting this way? The Archons made us incorrectly on purpose. What a lot of people think. I disagree completely. It's made exactly as it's supposed to. Why? Because if it wasn't made this way, you wouldn't have the capacity to experience these emotions to this extent. That just defeats the purpose. If we ever get Rainbow Eagle on here, he talks very heavily on how all the other alien races are very surprised at our capability of filtering through emotions. Because apparently most alien races and other dimensional beings, they're not as emotional as we are. So, and they don't see it as a flaw. They see it as like a huge boon, a huge gift. Like they want, a lot of them either want to breed with us, which is the like by force, which is the negative side of things because of this, or the more benevolent ones want to integrate with us so they learn from us, we learn from them to make a more full universe, essentially. So yes, like a lot of propaganda says humans ain't nothing, like we went, but they fool it. You know what? So that's my elaborate way of describing what I think love is for and why it's here.
So why are you a human being?
Because I wanted to have a human experience like everyone else here. Just because you don't remember doesn't mean that's not true.
What if you did remember?
I mean, I've been remembering. I wouldn't say I've remembered everything yet, but I am definitely been under metempsychosis / gnosis experiences for the past 3.5 years. And I'm about to go through some even more through the Michigan retreat that we're doing here in June. This is where Heather and Jim learns, and actually Heather's teaching this year too at that place. So I know if they learn something, I'm definitely going to get something out of it.
I'd like to take a stab at answering the question.
Go right ahead. I can feel that. Go ahead.
Why did we become human? Why do we have a human existence? And I really do think, as I've come to understand it, there really is some truth to this, in my opinion. And that is divine, creative force energy, the creator, however you want to perceive this energy field, this higher energy field, wanting to understand what existence was about, wanting to understand its limitations or not, its own abilities, created a deliberate divine union by creating this earthly, fleshly soul. Body, the human body. So the human form acts as a vessel, but it's a contact, it's a bridge. I am a bridge with spirits. We all are. There is a divine connection so that we can report back things that we can experience in physical form that we can't in spiritual form, as Jasmine was saying in the very beginning. It's so that we can know ourselves in the most profound, intimate ways and the most truthful ways, and communicate that back to that creative life energy, which is all part of the collective in the end. And what we're really learning along the way is everything that she pointed out in the video. Love is the major lesson here. It doesn't seem like that. Doesn't seem like we're always loving ourselves or others because of the horrendous things that we go through. But if we don't go through those things, we don't know what those things are not, or what those things should be, or what we want them to be. And so we learn and grow and expand. But it's all about making a divine connection with the spirit realm. So we're here in the physical with one foot in the physical door, using the human relationship as a vessel for our soul and our contact at a higher divine level with all it is. That's why I think we're here.
That's true mastery. That's true mastery. When you're experiencing all the emotions and you're still actively choosing the one that's going to help you ascend, that's true mastery.
Yes.
Even if you're going through stuff like I am right now, this past like week and a half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a tornado and dealing with a hit and run and getting out pretty safe and nothing debilitating from it, you know.
No.
I look at it that way, so I stay positive with it. I don't let it freak me out or nothing like that. Which, funny enough, right before the hit and run happened today, I got a synchronicity from a license plate. It said Shark 99. So I don't know if you guys know what the spiritual meaning behind that is, but sharks are known for authority, resilience, and inner self-power. Mostly because they don't have the organ that helps them stay afloat if they stop swimming. So their entire life they have to keep swimming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise they just die. So that's kind of the state I'm in right now. I'm not slowing down just because for me it's this. And then 99 in numerology is the master unification number, and basically what that means is that an important life cycle has ended, and I'm going to the next step. So
I love that.
I find that very interesting that I got a shark symbolism, and then like not even an hour later, bam. What is he going to do? Is he going to keep swimming, or is he going to freak out and call it a day? I kept swimming. It was just a scratch. It was just some pain.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No insurance got involved because they ran away.
Yeah, it kind of worked out for you, huh?
Yeah.
And them. Yeah.
Yeah, and in a lot of cult books, they describe it as having a pebble in your shoe. That a lot of people overreact to what's happening to them when it's not really a big deal at all. So, like, you know, what do you do when you have a pebble in your shoe? You simply take off the shoe and get the pebble out. Mm-hmm. Most situations that are stressing you out right now are that easy of a fix. Mm-hmm. So, something to remember when your irrational emotions get the better of you.
Yeah. So, Teresa came across a really interesting Steiner quote, and I thought this was really, really on board with what we're talking about tonight. And, you know, this was back in June 17th, 1908. It was from a lecture he did called A Beautiful Lecture Worth Reading End to End. And he said, and I quote, this is Rudolf Steiner, "The more a man becomes individual, the more he can become a bearer of love. Where blood links men together, they love because they are led by the blood to what they should love." That's interesting. When man is granted individuality, when he tends and nurtures the divine spark within him, then the impulse of love, the waves of love, must pass from man to man in freedom of the heart. And thus, with this new impulse, man has enriched the old bond of love that is bound to the blood tie. Love passes over gradually into spiritual love, which flows from soul to soul, and which will ultimately encompass all humanity in common bond of brother love.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get out of that, Teresa? And what is that? How does that speak to you? Because this was really important for you to share.
Yeah, it was. I think we're taught as humans when we grow up that we're supposed to love our brothers and sisters because they're flesh and blood. So no matter what our brother does or what our sister does or what our first cousin does or our aunt or our uncle, whoever that ancestor is, closest to us, our first, second, third cousins, we're supposed to love them because they're flesh and blood. So we come into the world with an understanding, and we start gaining that understanding even further, that blood ties are what love is all about. They're the unconditional. I was always told, no matter what your brother or sister does or says, you got to forgive them. You got to love them. You got to stand behind them 110%, because you won't stand behind a stranger, and the stranger is never going to stand behind you. But bloodlines are always true. We all know the reality of that situation, don't we? But that's what we're taught. And so what this is saying from Steiner is, actually, we come here to learn how to transmit what love is back to the spirit realm, because spirits are never fully developed and grown. They're always growing too. It's a misnomer that they know all there is. Somebody somewhere got the idea somehow that when you die, you go into heaven and you instantly know everything there is to know about everyone, everywhere, every house. That you instantly are like God himself, or like the divine spark itself, and presto facto, snap of the fingers, I know everything there is to know. And that's not true, because if that were true, there would be no reason to separate in the first place, to have the experiences that we're having to learn how to grow and love. That's why we individualized, and that's why we became human. So what this is reminding of us is that we learn how to do that, but then eventually we learn how to spiritualize what love is. And we learn how to soak that into our own self and soul. And then we gradually transmit that back to the spirit realms, so that other spirits can learn those lessons from us, the Akashic records. And so they can remember their own individual incarnations and what they learned from them. So this is how the cycle of love is created. So when people say, don't want to go to the light, it's a cycle of death. It's a cycle of entrapment.
It's a trap.
It's a prison. No, you're looking at it in one set of handcuffs, because you haven't seen the beauty and glory and love that's actually involved in sacrificing your own self into a situation that you're going to 1 minute love and the next minute hate. But because you love yourself enough to be able to want to have the experience, as terrible as it might be or as joyful as it might be, but that is how you develop spiritual maturity, and that is how the universe expands and grows. That's just my opinion. It's what I've been learning. It's what I live for. It doesn't mean it has to be your understanding.
And the body is the vehicle to help the soul learn, because it's really about the soul expanding.
Right.
Yeah. There's one more passage from Steiner, and this is from, and this is really important, from one of his esoteric classes. Now, this was in 1906 as well, in Berlin. And he stated, a man's body is the most perfect thing that the Godhead created for him. Man's body is the most perfect form that the gods developed. It is an instrument through which man's soul looks out into the world. The human body is equipped in a wonderful way. Man's body is supposed to be a sacred temple for his soul, but the soul is not yet perfected. It's just beginning to develop. Man's body makes no mistakes. It's the imperfect soul that's constantly making them. That's reincarnation. Passions, desires, and drives live in it, and it uses the body to satisfy these desires. But just as there are senses in the man's body through which the soul looks out into the world, so organs will also gradually develop in the soul that will make it ever more perfect. Such organs are already developed in the soul. So this was a new paradigm for me, because I always thought it was the other way around.
Exactly.
But in actuality, the soul must evolve, and the only way to do it is through human experiences.
Exactly.
So that it can know what it is not.
Right.
And that's how the soul expands.
Right.
That's why we have the karmic cycle and the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Brian.
What it is the soul or the spirit can't create the experiences that it wants to experience in the spirit realm. So therefore, it has to come to the human realm to create the experiences that it wants to experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's exactly what we've come to understand.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And it's instead of it, I used to think that, like I said, there's so many people that are under the impression that spirits know everything, that they're all seeing. And I'd be like, how come they can't tell me? They could tell me that they were murdered, but they can't tell me how. Or they could tell me that they were murdered. They could tell me how they were murdered, but they can't tell me where the body is, or they can't tell me where it happened. You know, there's all these little bits and pieces of information that they don't always give you everything. And some mediums will go, well, that's because you're not supposed to know. Yeah.
Easy enough to say
that could very well be. There might be reasons why someone's not supposed to know if a close relative was murdered or not.
That's true. That's true.
It's between that soul and that agreement with whoever the murder was. So sometimes we're just not meant to know these things. I figured that out. But there's a lot of times where you just kind of scratch your head and go, well, if I'm really talking to a spirit, why does the spirit have more information? Or why can't they read the crystal ball and tell me what's going to happen tomorrow? Why can't they tell me what the lottery number is? So none of this is real. See, that's not true. It's not that it isn't real. They're learning too. And they have some answers for you that they've learned in other lessons from other lifetimes. They can nudge you and help you understand why you're feeling the way you are right now about a certain situation. They can even help enlighten me as to how to change something that they once had to go through. And that's really cool that I've tapped into them and they can help guide me. Or they can have a message for a loved one to help guide that one so that they don't run into the same, because they're meant to break the cycle and not meant to have the same experience. So let's give them some alternatives to consider so they can make free will choices to make the right decisions for themselves and others in accordance to their plan. But that doesn't mean that they're all knowing and that they're 100%. And that, yes, they're divine, of course. We're all part of the same divine spark.
It just doesn't mean they have instant knowing of absolutely everything.
Yeah, no,
and
absolute
they would have
truth.
to go to the Akashic record and look it up and figure it out.
Right.
So they just don't automatically know that. And that was another surprising thing.
Yeah.
When we were dealing with spirit.
And don't you feel great now that we're helping that? Some people used to say, what hubris you have. What are you, some kind of narcissist? Do you think spirit needs you? You think spirit needs your help? Spirit's already been through everything. No, yeah, they still need our help. They have told us in dream and in thought and in communication. Oh, we really needed to hear that. We were thinking that this is what was going on. So they're learning and growing too, but they're at a higher vibration and frequency of their learning. And they're applying it in a different way in service work that's very different than what we're able to do in our earthly plane.
Yeah. Do you want to share some of the context of some of the things we've been doing?
Sure.
I think it's time to let them know.
All right. You first.
Well, so we've developed a connection with spirit. And we've gotten to a point where we're actually speaking with other souls who have passed. And they're coming to us as a partnership.
Yep.
Teresa's the bridge. She brings the soul in, figures out what's going on. She gets the clues. I figure out who they are. Sometimes she can give me a name. And we symbols, whatever it takes to put everything together to figure it out. And then I go to AI Google, and I find out what has happened to somebody, and I fit what the information she gives me to Google. We find that person.
It's almost 100%.
We validate that there's a soul. And then we actually sit down with the soul. And you all know that Teresa is a trance channel as well. She's a psychic medium, but a trance channel. She can actually let the soul come in to where I can speak to the soul. And we have a discussion about what's going on with them. Some of them don't know they've died. Some have really bad experiences with death. Some refuse to believe it. Some have programming with religion that won't allow them. So it's very important to know that your perception before you die, what your beliefs are going to dictate your experience in the afterlife. And it is our job, and we've done 20 already. And this is what we've been spending a lot of our time doing. And this is one of the things we wanted to share with you all tonight to finish this series. But we've done 20, brought them home, and we've been working with spirit to do that.
Yeah. Some of them are children.
Oh, yeah.
And some of those are quite...
it's heavy.
Heavy.
It's...
and you have to really be in master of your emotions and your empathy. Some of them are quite innocent. Some of them are quite elderly, and have never been free to express their true selves, let alone believe that they're of worth anything to go back to any kind of divine existence. Some were murdered. Some had addictions. There are many different reasons and why they can't seem to pass through. And a lot of them are blocked. And so they're living in a cycle of what you would call, the ghost hunting people would call a residual haunt, only they're not haunting. They're just existing in limbotic state.
Yep.
And some of them are relatives who are saying, hey, we think someone we know has passed on or has been murdered, or we don't know why our relative went. We think they are stuck, or we hear noises, bangs, thumps, or I hear it. And they come to me and I go to her and I'm like,
oh boy,
something was like on the wall of my bedroom last night, and trying to get my attention. And I see a Mustang, and I hear a song, Mustang Sally, and so I'll hear all these different things, and they're all clues as to who or what this spirit is that's trying to reach out.
So that we can figure out who they are.
And then we figure them out.
Well, it's absolutely fascinating. There is one that was really something, and that was that young boy who OD'd.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in a coma, and he didn't know he wasn't dead, but he wasn't in his body. And he was afraid to go back to his body, because if he went back to his body, he'd have to face the music.
He was in the hospital down the road.
It was incredible. Anyway,
we confirmed everything.
So we get him to come in. She channels him. We're talking to him, and we're letting him know, no matter what's going on, your parents are going to love you no matter what. That's unconditional love. They don't want you to die. You don't want to die. You have an opportunity to go back to your body, because if you don't, you need to go into the light so that you can go back to spirit and become spirit in the afterlife.
Yeah.
But if you choose to stay here, you can always change your now, whatever is going on with you now. You can be honest with whatever has happened, whatever you've done, be honest with your family, your friends, and move forward and be a different person. And he made the choice.
He made the choice to go back
to his body
and fess up and tell his parents.
Yeah, within hours of going back. So
that's right down the street.
This is the kind of stuff that we've been doing, and we've been talking about dedicating more time to doing that. And so we wanted to kind of share that with you guys. It's not only the finale of the human curriculum, but it's going to be the finale of Andromeda 7, because this is our last episode, everyone. And we've done 440 shows. We've been doing this since 2020, all to prepare ourselves to become spiritual guides for people in the afterlife. And that's what our work is now.
Yep.
And that's why you haven't been seeing us as much. And so it was time to share that truth with you all and let you know how important it was to have all of you with us. For everyone in chat, hoping that you all learned and gained something from our experience.
Yep, exactly.
But
Yep.
we are going to move forward with more of this type of work. And it's very important. It's very gratifying, satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
We work together in tandem.
It's a dyadic field.
It is a dyadic field,
Uh-huh.
and it is a powerful field.
Yep.
And it is it's incredible work for two retired people that
who are helping others too.
Exactly.
We also serve
and
family.
We show unconditional love, and we're always appreciative to that soul for allowing us to help them and be part of their releasing their soul and returning home.
Yeah.
And it is the most gratifying work.
Absolutely.
Bar none out of
and it's like weekly.
Done.
It's like sometimes daily we get,
we can do 2 souls a week and send them home. We sent one home last night at 1:00 in the morning.
1 a.m.
It was incredible. And this poor gal had been murdered and dumped, and she'd been
taken to a cave and raped multiple
2005.
times. Her body's still in the cave.
Yeah.
We know exactly where.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah. So this is our last show, you guys.
Oh my God, what a way to drop it. Jeez.
And go ahead, Jess.
You guys, I'm really happy. I'm really glad that this is such a soul feeding or such a rewarding experience. But it really does tie into like our topic today, because like I learned that our bodies help us filter our emotions and helps us ground our emotions. So that thing that you call with the earthbound spirits, that they keep ruminating their thoughts or they get stuck in a loop, is because they don't have their physical body anymore to help them filter out those and ground those emotions.
Yes.
Which is why our bodies are so important. But it's so great to hear that that they are listening, or that you guys are be able to help, you know what I mean? Especially the way your guys' dynamic, where she channels and you investigate. It's a great jewel. It kind of reminds me of, you guys should probably document it. I know you're documenting it. Never mind.
We are.
Maybe like hire not an illusionist. What am I trying to say? Like a cartoonist or like an illustrator. That's what I'm trying to say. An illustrator to illustrate those they're like mini adventures to me. They're like stories, you know what I mean? I would love to hear the stories. And I've always been called to something similar, where I wanted to go to not haunted places to like ghost hunt. Like I don't like ghost hunting, but I like helping souls find clarity, you know, or like I saw this one person that does that, and she opened a door for people to cross over if they were ready to cross over. So I really do like that kind of work for you guys. It's really great. But yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we're master teachers, and we are soul rescuers is what we do now.
Yeah, and right now we're just not sure about what we want to make public, or what we are. It's so private.
It is
between the souls,
and very personal with the soul.
Personal with some of these.
It reminds me of HIPAA. You know, since I went to the medical field, it's like, is there HIPAA in the spirit world? Like,
yeah, exactly. Right. You know, it's confidential, and families have to be protected, especially little ones. And so we're being very careful. We're not trying to exploit anything or anybody, and we've never been about making money.
It's never been about.
It's never been
just
about
been
that.
About helping others and being that available. Mirror and reflecting to others. Right. And Steve, I thank you for that comment.
Yes, Steve,
that you just made, and that was, your show has helped shape my spirit life. Thank you.
And we like what Lucky's saying here to Jazz.
Yes, I was just going to.
All of you, go ahead.
So what I wanted to say about that is Lucky has been encouraging you, Nick, whether you know it or not, to start your own channel.
For a long time.
And we would encourage you to start your own channel, Nick. Start your own channel. Get it going on.
You can do StreamYard for free.
You can do StreamYard for free.
Which is 2 of you
it's
if you don't
very
have 6 people.
Easy. It's easy to book it.
Yeah.
Make your thumbnails, and it'll be something incredible for you to learn. But you, my friend, have a lot to share. And Jasmine, you as well. And I know you have a busy job, But anything you can do to help support Nick, or if you guys choose to do your own channel, that would be great, and that you could share that. Brian, I know that you and Lucky are really doing well together. You're enjoying each other's company, and you're doing a lot to make that happen. So continue to do that, because it's valuable. And there are more and more people that are coming into this awakening and that need people like us, the way showers, the mirrors.
Yeah.
So Nick, start your own channel.
Yeah,
So
you don't need.
work to do.
That's right. You got some work
It doesn't
to do.
have to be a major production. I mean,
Just do you, Nick.
StreamYard allows you to have up to how many people for free? 10.
Be your true authentic self and share your knowledge. You've got a lot to share. And
Brian, you too. Keep it going.
Yeah,
You and
most
Lucky are doing
definitely.
great.
And
I just want to thank you both for bringing me on, allowing me to be a part of this fabulous show. It has been a true honor every Friday night to hang out with you.
Yeah, you've been here
ditto.
pretty much consistent all throughout.
And Dalibor, you guys,
Dalibor.
let's do a shout out to Dalibor.
Yeah.
Sophia.
And Sophia as well. Sophia, look how much Sophia's grown. She's really changed who she is. She's come into her own. Her confidence is built. She's got her own Zoom now, and she's helping those that need
Having
help.
classes on Zoom.
So it's time to walk a new path for us, and we're excited about it. And it's time for you guys to walk your new path.
Yeah.
And, we just can't say enough about everyone in chat and people that watch us. We don't get a lot of comments. I think people are more watching and being
watch
receptive.
in the background like 120, 130.
Yeah.
But we'll see 10 or 20 in here. But so we don't really know. But when we look at the numbers, there's a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
And they'll watch all for next 5 days. But that's another thing. We're going to leave our programs out there on YouTube.
Everything will stay put so that
They'll
anyone in the
still
future
see,
can refer to them as reference material. And we just have so much love and gratitude for everybody that through the years that has been on the show and has helped us. And we've just learned and grown and we've come into our own. And now we're just thankful and grateful for the opportunity to serve spirit and to serve humanity.
And don't forget, she's got mad skills. She might do a video every now and then.
You just never know. Yeah, we could pop on, who knows? But for now, we're going to focus on soul retrievals and help those that need
soul
help.
retrievals and also counseling. Because there's something else we found out. They get counseled once they do make a decision to go to the light and cross over back into their spiritual form. They do get a certain degree of counseling on the other side from others.
And Spirit has said that it makes a big difference for us to counsel those spirits before they move on.
Right.
Because it helps them do their job.
Because they're so resistant sometimes to...
and we've had Spirit come to us and say, we can't get this soul to cross. And what do? We get them to cross. And they're just astounded. Spirit...
a different way of looking at things and the comfort.
We kind of give it to... Because we are human, I think. That's what helps us get the point across to them. Because we're still human. And we can come from that. Yeah. And Spirit can't do that.
So anyway, thank you, all of you, for your love, support, friendship, your sharing out, coming on as a guest. There's been a lot of guests over the years, off and on, and our panelists, different panelists, Trina.
Love Trina.
Everybody just floating in and out. Alexander has been on here for quite a lot. And it's been nice to have different people at different times in participating. And we do appreciate everything you've done. And we have had a lot of joy. And like I said, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for most of you.
Yeah.
So definitely. Thank you all. Thank you for that. I love you.
Yep.
Wish you the very best. And we'll be in touch. We're not just disappearing into the woodwork. Okay. But we'll
just be focusing.
We'll continue to support you all. Yep. Just focusing a different way.
Okay, so it's not weekly. That's what I got from that.
No.
I heard that there's still gonna be videos. It's just not gonna be weekly.
Again, Nick, I encourage you to start your own channel. You have a lot to give out there. Take that leap and make it happen.
And if he needs a couple
and
pointers
if you
on how
ever
to
need
set
any
up,
help,
how
I
to
can
set it
help
up.
you. I know Lucky knows how to do it. He can help you as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you might get together with Lucky and Brian and see what you guys could come up with. I would love to see that. And
the show
experience it.
must go on. We have a community.
Absolutely. Yep. And you want to share your knowledge and your understanding.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're coming from your unique view and no one else can do that but you.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, I'd like to just one last thing, and that is just ask you guys for your final thoughts. And then we will
Go ahead.
say goodbye. Jasmine, final thoughts, my dear.
I have mixed emotions.
I'm sure you do. I do too. We battled with this for quite some
We've
time.
been going through this for.
Yep.
But I
It
can
wasn't-
understand, like it does take work, and then the videos and everything, it does take time, and so I'm really happy for you guys. I do feel like this is, changes. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Change is just change.
Right.
Things are growing. Things are going in different. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing. I just, it was unexpected. I wasn't even seeing it. But I wish you guys all the best. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for giving me a voice to be able to share my thoughts and opinions. And thanks for having me part of the journey.
We love you, Jasmine.
We love you, Jazz.
And you are going to
I
do
hope to
great
say that you
things.
don't talk to me anymore. Like,
Oh,
we'll
be talking to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the chat box up and running, and everybody can still chat.
Yep. And all the videos will be here. Yep.
Yeah.
You bet. But you go do terrific things and be the special person that you are and that loving, kind person that you are.
Yeah.
And you're, I'm sure, an incredible boss. And I would wouldn't you love to work for
Yes.
someone like her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
good
had a
luck
ball.
with you, with all you do. And just be you, Jasmine. Be your true, authentic self. And keep expanding, okay? Nick, final thoughts for you.
Well, I'm really glad that we actually were able to come on today, and knowing it's the finales.
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely grateful for you guys giving us the opportunity to have the space to talk about this stuff, because this kid right here was called crazy for years because I wouldn't shut up about it. Everything I know.
I mean, you still don't, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'm not called crazy anymore. I'm called eccentric, and I prefer that.
Well, Dalabar's shoes are a big feat to fit into, but if anyone can do it, you can.
And Nick, what's your email address so people can contact you directly with email?
Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
It's infernaldragonz369@gmail.com, and then I'll type it in the chat.
Great.
So Robert can pick that up, so can Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anyone wants me to hop onto an episode because you think I'll add something to it, just hit me up. I'll be down.
Absolutely. And we'll be the first ones to watch. We're
Absolutely.
there supporting you guys always. Yep. And thank you, Nick, for always showing up, always being here.
Yep.
No matter what you got going on. And thanks for all your love and support and input. You've added a lot to the show.
Especially that series on the Rosicrucians.
Oh, that
really
was
appreciate
amazing.
it.
And that'll always be out there. This material will always exist. I will never take it down.
And we know your next one up in the hopper is Dogon.
Yes.
Hint, guys out
there. Dogon.
Oh, yeah.
Dogon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been super busy with work, so I only got like 5 panels or 5 slides done. But I was going to go into a deep dive on Scratton's work about it, because it's really, Dogon stuff is really interesting. So it turns out they're an off-branch tribe from ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
They huh? Oh yeah. Okay, she's telling me not to go on a tangent, but to make a long story short, they escaped Egypt because they were trying to enslave this specific tribe, and they ran into the mountains, and that's where their entire culture came from. They were protected from the mountains, and it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nothing's documented. So
Yep.
So it's ancient
Yep.
Egypt.
Yeah. Excellent.
Cool.
Love that. Well, thank you again, Nick, and so much love and appreciation for you always.
And you too, Grandpa.
Finally, Grandpa Brian, final thoughts, last show, 444 shows. Brian has been there for almost absolutely all of them. You've been a fantastic supporter, and you always shared out the shows. You always gave us lots of love and support, and that is greatly appreciated. So, final thoughts, sir?
Thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this. Not only have I watched you two grown, and you guys have watched me grown so much.
Yeah, so true.
5 years. I mean, it's just been an amazing journey with both of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Give our love to Heather and Jim.
I sure will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous words of our brother Brian: be the frequency you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give out the love that you want to receive.
Absolutely.
Thank you, dear.
We love that. Well, guys, that's it. That's all she
That's
wrote.
a wrap.
It's a wrap. Thank you, guys, everybody in chat. Thank you who are going to be watching this in the future.
Yep.
Our love and grace for you, and appreciation, and thank you for always being there, showing up in chat.
Yeah.
All your comments, Mary Mansfield, Lucky Stone, Chloe. There's so many
over the
names.
years.
Steve
Yeah.
Bow, Steve, you always here, showing up, asking the questions. It's been a pleasure to know you through the chat and to have you be with us each week.
Yeah.
It is very heartfelt, and I'm just very pleased to know that it has helped you in some way. And, you know, that was the goal. If it helps just one person,
Yep.
then it was worth the time and the energy. Mary Mansfield, you're incredible. So much love and grace for you as well.
Yes.
There's just so many. Go ahead, Nick.
I want to give thanks to Brian and Sophia, because Brian's the one that brought this channel up to Jasmine, and Sophia.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Sophia's brought a lot
And
in.
Sophia is our sister and always will be, and she's doing incredible work as well. And so we're very proud of all of
she's
you
really
guys. We're proud of
advanced in hers.
ourselves. It's been quite the experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And it's kind of bittersweet in a way.
Bittersweet. I have little tears.
Yeah. Oh dear. But it's all good, you guys. And
you can only spread yourself so thin.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot we do on a personal level as well as on a
lot of prep involved. A lot with the videos, a lot with the content, but
too much.
Yeah. It's time to just take that fork in the road and see where that path leads.
Yeah.
And I'm wishing you all the very best.
Yeah.
And on that note,
is there
we'll
anything
be
in
else?
touch?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jazz.
Uh-huh.
We
We're
got
here
some
for you always.
past lives together. We're
That's
not gonna...
right. Yes, that's very
not
true.
gonna
We
come
do
let
have
that
past
go.
lives with Jasmine. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. All right, y'all. We love you.
So peace and love, everyone. Be the frequency you want to receive.
Thank you all.
And love always. And
Always and
we
forever.
look forward to the future.
Bye-bye.